All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful morning. It is July 14th, 2025. We are halfway done with this summer month, or July, and now we got a little bit of tariffs drama that we got to deal with. So if you don't remember, Friday, everybody was kind of feeling good, and we were kind of doing our thing. All-time highs. It seemed like the slow week. Remember, it was the reciprocal deadline. We didn't really get much, and then yesterday, or pretty much Saturday, you had a response from Trump regarding the EU and Mexico. So a little bit of the volatility that we have, it's being chalked up to all of that. We do got a lot of data this week, and there's a lot of different events, but when it's all said and done, we are playing this game of effective tariffs. Is there effect? Is there not an effect? Are we gonna buy the dip? Are we gonna do that? So Chattadonia should be a lot of fun here. I think this week is going to be exciting. Even seasonally, it gets a little bit interesting here. Remember what we are expecting. It is still that summer, so 0.7-ish is there. And then, again, after today, or pretty much starting today, we do get the earnings. So, Chattadonia, I hope you're ready for all of it. I hope you had a good weekend as well and ready to go. But good morning. How are you, baby? What up, Tyree? What up, Ansel? Caleb, Tim Whitman, baby. Good morning. One good decision. Mark J. Chad Cleveland. Cloud Cleveland. What up, baby? What up, PSC? Oh, let's go. Open face. Some more Molten. Laker J. Good morning. Gus Gonzo. Greg Ollie. Harold. JV. Alex Enzo. Good morning. Dr. James Cash. What up, fam? How you doing, baby? What up, Mike? Good morning, A-Ray. What up, Alex? Aliska, Sandman, Miguel, Matt, Dos Nacho, James. Good morning, So, Chattadonia. What up, Castiel? What up, Roger? What up, Thomas? Oh, good morning, Mr. Edwards, Ramiro, Corto. There you go. Y'all waking up? What up, baby? Oh, yeah. So, let's have are you guys ready? It's good to be here. I'm excited. We didn't have no holiday. We didn't have no days off. Oh, we got a good week, Chad. So I hope you're locked and loaded. Shout out to Bitcoin as well. And then here is Josh AI with the news. Good morning.
Top overnight news, trade tariffs. Countries grapple with U.S. trade policy. Trump threatens tariffs as a negotiating tactic. Link, EU extends tariff suspension against U.S. until August amid trade negotiation hopes. Reuters, Politico, Reuters. Trump's tariff threat risks deeper damage to Europe's economy, hitting industries hard. NY Times. German Chancellor warns Trump's threatened tariffs would devastate EU exporters if talks fail. Bloomberg. EU eyes deeper trade ties, plans coordinated response to U.S. tariffs with Canada, Japan. Bloomberg. Asian nations seek new trade partners navigating Trump's tariffs and U.S. trade policy. NY Times. South Korea worried about potential U.S. semiconductor tariffs, seeks trade deal. Bloomberg. NVIDIA CEO says China's military won't use U.S. tech. Export limits spur competition. Bloomberg. China's rare earth exports surged to 2009 high amid global demand. U.S. trade tensions. Bloomberg. U.S. tariffs on Brazil threaten coffee prices, leaving drinkers with a potential headache. NY Times. Markets. Trump's tariff threat to EU. Mexico rattles markets. Powell's potential dismissal adds to uncertainty. Bloomberg. Option traders brace for political shocks. Fed shifts targeting weaker yen against the dollar. Bloomberg. China's PBOC encourages smaller banks to invest in sovereign bonds, but cautions against risk. Bloomberg. Economy. U.S. manufacturers seek tariff clarity amid fears of dwindling copper stockpiles. FT. China's exports jump in June after U.S. trade war truce, boosting global trade. FT. Reuters. China credit growth surges amid lukewarm demand. PBOC pledges supportive policies. Bloomberg. Survey sees China's economy growing, boosted by U.S. trade truce. Economists expect stable policy. Bloomberg. China's spending spree, fueled by subsidies, may falter as programs face cuts. NY Times. Chinese banks see loan surge in June, boosted by stimulus and U.S.-China trade truce. Reuters. Bloomberg. Japan inflation expectations steady. U.S. trade uncertainty may delay BOJ rate hike. Reuters. UK hiring plunges at fastest rate in 2 years. Tax hikes blamed. Bloomberg. Reuters. Singapore's economy surprises with 4.3% growth. Avoids recession amid global uncertainty. Reuters. Corporate NVIDIA CEO urges U.S. to reduce dependency. Onshore tech manufacturing for economic security. CNN, CNBC. FAA deems Boeing fuel switch procedure safe after Air India crash investigation. FT Reuters. From gloom to measured optimism, U.S. banks see brighter prospects after Trump-era changes. Yahoo Finance. Broadcom scraps Spanish microchip plant investment, dealing blow to EU ambitions. Yahoo Finance. Musk supports XAI investment, rejects Tesla merger, navigating complex business ties. CNBC. Bloomberg. China approves $35 billion. Synopsys chip software deal. U.S. export easing helps. FT. Geopolitics. Trump to announce plan arming Ukraine with offensive weapons, escalating conflict with Russia. FT, Axios, AP News. Macron pledges 6.5 billion euros, boost to France's defense budget over 2 years. FT, Russia, China discuss U.S. relations. Ukraine war prospects in Beijing meeting. Reuters. German defense minister urges arms manufacturers to speed up deliveries now. FT. Central banks. BOJ may raise inflation forecasts amid stronger food inflation than expected. Bloomberg. Reuters. BOJ completes stock sales after 2 decades. ETF selling still distant. Bloomberg. BOJ to gradually sell ETFs. Goldman Sachs says after years of stimulus. Reuters. Washington. Trump's legislation creates budget woes for governors facing re-election. Healthcare and food assistance slashed. Politico. Trump team scrambles for Epstein damage control amid MAGA-based backlash. Axios.
There's more. S&P futures, they are down by 0.3 Monday morning. Comes after U.S. equities finished mostly lower last week, with staples, money centers, banks, software, managed care, parcel logistics among the laggards. A lot of attention on continued momentum factor underperformance. AI, energy, airlines, hotels, and builders outperform. Treasuries a little bit weaker at the long end of the curve. Dollar little change. Gold down by 0.2. Bitcoin up by 3.1. Cresting 120,000. WTI is up by 1 after gaining 2% last week. Copper is off by 1.5 after surging nearly 9% last week on tariff developments. More defensive tone chalked up to Trump's latest tariff headlines threatening EU and Mexico with 30% tariffs starting August 1st. Also report about how Trump is unlikely to extend the deadline again amid his impatience with foreign governments and concerns about him backing out. However, the market is not giving up on the taco narrative, a dynamic which has led to more discussion about complacency concerns. Other bullish talking points revolve around seasonality, low volatility tailwind from systematic strategies, and price action following early cyclical results. Delta last week and Fastenal today. Weekend press continued to focus on political pressure facing Powell and the Fed, though some sell-side discussion about how economy ultimately drives monetary policy. CPI, the key piece of economic data this week, with tariffs expected to show a bit more bite. Q2 earnings season also kicks off with the bank's low bar for the extent of tariff headwinds on margins, outsized hyperscaler capex, and weak dollar among the major themes. Nothing on the U.S. economic calendar this morning. In Fed, Cleveland Hammock said this morning she sees no imminent need for rate cuts. Looking ahead, Tuesday brings June CPI, with the street looking for a headline of 0.3 and a core of 0.3 as well, or 0.1. Retail sales, another high-profile data point on Thursday. Street looking for 0.1 month-over-month increase. Initial claims, import price, and Philly Fed and home builder sentiment also out on Thursday. Preliminary University Michigan consumer sentiment for July caps off the week. Fed speakers include Bowman, Barr, Barkin, Collin, Logan on Tuesday. Barkin, Hammock, Williams, and Barr on Wednesday. Kugler, Daly, Cook, and Waller on Thursday. Apple has reportedly offered $150 million for U.S. rights to Formula One races. Amazon a laggard despite better than expected 30% jump in online spending during extended Prime Day event. Google up $2.4 billion, or to pay $2.4 billion to license technology of AI coding startup Windsurf, and will hire its CEO and some employees. Meta completed deal to acquire small voice technology focused AI startup Play AI. Musk said he does not support a merger of Tesla and XAI. Synopsys and Ansys better after China granted conditional approval of deal. Boeing higher after preliminary report of Air India crash probe showing engine fuel cutoff switches were flipped just before the crash. Fastenal beat with better unit sales and improved pricing. KHC extends gains following reports of potential grocery business spinoff worth up to $20 billion. Watt to combine with BDX Bioscience Diagnostics for a deal of up to $17.5 billion. Wow, Chadatonia. Wow. Look at that, Habibi. So we got more. So again, a lot of the trade stuff, we got to deal with that. Otherwise, you just got some individual stuff and then earnings. Do not forget about that. But we got some pre-market movers. Nibis is up by 7. Goldman initiates buy. Autodesk is up by 6.6. They reportedly end pursuit of PTC. That was last week. They're up. Ansys up 5.6. China SAMR conditionally approves Synopsys acquisition of Ansys. Fastenal up 4.5 off earnings. Kenvue 4.4 CEO transition of advanced strategic review. Reports preliminary Q2 results. Sale is up by 4.1. Synopsys 3.5. China's SAMR conditionally approves Synopsys acquisition. Gen is up by 2.8. B. Riley initiates buy. Boeing up 1.4 on the India news. Tesla up 1.3. Tesla to have shareholder vote on investing in XAI. Tweet by Elon. OHI up 1.2. Wells Fargo upgrade. Upgrade. SYF up 1.1. BTIG upgrade. RNA up 5.7. BFH up 5.0. BTIG upgrade. NCNO up 4.1. Baird upgrade. Pay up 2.6. Raymond James upgrade. SEDG up 2.3. Barclays upgrade. VC is up 2.1. UBS upgrade. Dare is up 228%. Interim phase 3 results highlighting potential of Ovaprene. SQNS up 20, acquires 683 additional Bitcoin and now holds 1,553 Bitcoin. Ronnie Therapeutics up 15.2 to present clinical data today at 3 o'clock Eastern. So watch that one towards the bell. Ronnie. DVLT up 14, strategic operational objectives for Q3. These are all still trading higher. AXL is up 8.1. UBS upgrade. SFIX up 7.6. William Blair upgrade. ALMU up 7.4. Craig Halliam initiates buy. AMLX up 5.5. Prevents new analysts from phase 2 2B trials of avexitide in post-bariatric hypoglycemia and at Endo 2025. Bitcoin stocks trading higher, gold and silver trading higher, trading lower. Watt is down 7.6. Waters Corporation BD Solutions business to merge at deal valued at $17.5 billion. PTC down 4.9. Autodesk backing out. Micron down 3.1. Boutique research forum comments were told. Affirm down 2.9. BTIG downgrade. Crowd down 2.3. Morgan Stanley downgrade. Rivian down 1.8. Guggenheim downgrade. DGNX down 14 off earnings. FLNC down 5. Mizuho downgrade. Upstart down 4. Goldman and Assume sell. Rare down 3.9. CRL from FDA for gene therapy to treat Sanfilippo syndrome type A. PRG down 3.3. BTIG downgrade. SNDK down 3.1. Boutique research firm downgrade. Sound down 2.9. Piper Sandler downgrade. TDW down 1.8. BTIG downgrade. INKT down 28. Profit taking from 730% on Friday. WKS and INKT is the testicular cancer one. I remember that one. Workhorse down 16. And that is it. That is all that we have. So I do have a couple of plays, but wait, which one was it? Which one was it? Craft. So I don't know. That one didn't move as much pre-market, but that little spin-off news. Other than that, I think we're going to be getting ready for earnings. So I went over a lot of them on the watch list. We could really dive into the crowded and non-crowded ones as well, but pretty much earnings is, I think, a good place to focus. Otherwise, you're going to kind of go in bursts depending on what we get for trade or what we get with like commodities. We know we woke up here today, Bitcoin, silver, gold, those are going to be in play, and then we'll see what other narratives we get from there. But Chatadonia, we got 15 minutes, about 10 minutes until the pledge. So if you have any questions, now is the time. I hope you had a good weekend. So welcome back, baby. But if you need anything, now is your shot. Otherwise, hold your peace and get ready. Get ready for more, my friends. It's gonna be a good one. It should be a good one. I think it'll be pretty exciting. So yeah, DVR is on today, I think, on this one. But when we get to the main video, it should be off. So we'll see. Game time. I know, I gotta even see. We got a lot of work to do this week, and like I was telling you, man. Even without, I thought this week would have had a lot, even without the tariff stuff. But now the tariffs, again, Mexico and EU I do think it is interesting. So make no mistake, you know, I'm actually surprised we're only down by like 0.4, and we're going to find out whether or not the market, you know, buys up any tariff dip. But just keep in mind, Mexico and EU, that's kind of big. So we're going to see. I remember I'm still expecting something from China. It was a little bit quiet here. They do have their event. We put it on the watch list. There's the supply chain event in Shanghai. That's where NVIDIA is going to be. So there could be some stuff there. Other than that, though, if we do get a negative development from China, I'm really not going to like what we're seeing here. So again, the EU-Mexico stuff pretty much gives us till August 1st when you want to put it in perspective. So it's escalatory and it's not good, but once again, it just gives you another 2-3 weeks to negotiate. So we'll see what happens. Other than that, though, I do think earnings, we're going to get a lot. We're going to get a lot of opportunities. I don't think everyone's going to hit. It sucks when the trade is going to get in the way of earnings, but overcrowded, undercrowded, I think that'll be there. And then just keep your eyes out for anything with an out of consensus idea. You know, there's some names out there that are, you know, because of their industry, what they're working on, it's getting people to get aggressive. So if there is plays that could be outliers, I think those are going to be the good earnings ones. But if everything goes in line, oh dude, I hope you're ready for a chill summer. So yeah, it's already been kind of chill. I mean, you guys remember last week. That's why people were getting pissed that Trump literally, like, the biggest news last week was on Saturday. So again, Monday through Friday, we had all of this. You melted up, you hit a new all-time high, all that shit. But think about it, you know, Saturday, the EU-Mexico, that was the biggest piece of news. So some people were a little irritated by that, but we'll see how it plays. Maybe I might go to the bathroom. I think I will. Otherwise, if you have any questions, now is the time. I'm going to go to the potty real quick. We have a little bit of time, so that's good. And then we'll get into the pledge. I hope you had a good weekend, baby. And then before you know it, you guys, you know it's already almost August. You guys realize there's only 2 more weeks left of July. You're halfway through. Brazil could ask tariff postponement of 90 days, says CNN Brazil. Brasileiro. All right. I know, bank earning. Oh, no propaganda? No propaganda. Dude, it's about to be August. And remember,
statistic about just how much Bitcoin has run up. At the market value that it is breaking into the world's most valuable assets. So that's the top 5, gold, NVIDIA, Microsoft,
All right,
Apple,
I'll be right back. Follow me on Instagram,
Bitcoin.
at the Trading Fraternity.
So
Real Cult Dudes on Twitter.
Hard to ignore.
It's hard to ignore, but the problem is if this thing is volatile, you need shelter from what has been an extremely volatile market. Silver also trading at an all-time high. This is a market that is desperate for hedges. If a dollar isn't working for you, if it's a bond market more volatile, what can you turn to? So it gets this real desire for the crypto bulls to say, hey, we're part of this. But again, history would tell you that the volatility is something that's very difficult to touch.
It's linking closer and closer to the stock market when you have all of these Bitcoin treasury companies listing as well. And so there you have it. We're watching the crypto stocks, but also it's kind of the hot trade in terms of SPACs, mergers, and IPOs. So let's see how long that lasts. We saw the last SPAC boom come and go pretty fast. We're going to talk about high valuations next. Stick with us. We're going to talk about shrinking margins. We're going to talk about normal way companies, not Bitcoin ones, with this earnings season coming up right around the corner. Citi's Stuart Kaiser is joining us next. This is Bloomberg Open Interest.
Sorry. Oh yeah, Nibis got an upgrade by Goldman. They didn't remember that $50, and then they did nothing last week. They've been selling off, so finally went up there. But yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on earnings. I'm not gonna force it. You guys remember, just the last 2 reporting seasons, they've just been literally contaminated by all of the trade headlines. So I hope we get something. Again, I might as well go over some of them. But this is what I was showing on the watch list yesterday. Just keep in mind, you know, Q2, sometimes like next quarter, we're expecting a lot for Q2. Last Q2, there was a high bar, believe it or not. And then in 2022 and 2023, the bar was a little lower. But this is, so far, from like Biden till now, this is expected to be one of the more calmer quarters, aka you're only expecting about 4% growth. We're going to do better than that, But the point is, the bar is low. So if we get a bunch of reports and nothing moves, that's kind of expected. That's why I'm saying it's going to get weird, but then the overcrowded, undercrowding, the random names that have the ability to produce an outlier, again, there's going to be thousands of names reporting. I think you're going to find like maybe 50 to 100 that actually move to standard deviation. So 2 standard deviation is still in play. If you guys have not versed yourself in that strategy, I would make sure you go to the trading fraternity and watch that video. It's like how we turned 300 or 700 into 9,000. I just made the tutorial about like a year ago. It's a very good strategy for earnings. I think it'll help you out, but like I'm saying here, I don't know what we're going to get from this earnings season and whether or not we could like force it, because if the earnings season moves a lot, 2 standard deviation hits all day. But if you get a lot of big reports, the expectations are kind of finicky and the stock barely moves, then you're going to lose. So we will see. But other than that, I think pre-earnings might be available because we're kind of near all-time highs, but I don't know yet. So we'll find out. I'm sure I'll take maybe 1 or 2 of them, and then we'll find out whether or not they're getting clocked. But I already have a couple of plays ideas for the morning. I think I read you guys mine, and then we'll see where it leads us. All right, we got 4 more minutes. So yeah, any final questions? Now is your shot. This is it, Chatadonia. EU trade chief negotiations. It takes 2 hands to clap. Excuse me? Yo, what? EU trade chief. It takes 2 hands to clap. I feel like I could see that one UK rapper. It take 2 hands to clap. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyways, good morning. That was a weird one, bro. That was a weird one. So other than that, we'll see. I'll check about Bloomberg's tariff ghost comments. Oh, I don't know, man. Last week we had some crazy headlines from the TV. They were like, "Don't buy laggers." I'm like, what? So I think this week's gonna be real fun with earnings, man. You're gonna get earnings. You got heightened trade. We still got all-time highs. So get ready for it. The weird part is that, we're getting towards the end of the year, guys. The thing about August is that, like, what? I end my year at October. So the fact that we're already at August, before you guys know it, this is going to be our last quarter. And then the next quarter is like, that's end of the year, holiday season. There's going to be a lot of stuff. So should be very exciting. Yes, Bitcoin crazy. And it's nuts. We talked about it on the watch list yesterday. Because remember, it was on the June watch list. So around June, early June, end of May, we kept talking about silver and Bitcoin. So I made my Bitcoins free on Friday. I should have held them. But if you were in that trade from June, the beginning of June, that's something we've still been riding. It's crazy that it's still in play. So nothing about that trade has changed. That's why I said get time on it initially, but all of those are still holding up. So we will see, but I do think you're going to hear a lot about it. Silver fascinates the shit out of me. So we're going to see if that ends up holding or not. But other than that, we will find out. Let me get this ready, and then I think we're going to get into the pledge, baby. So good morning. Oh, that's the 10-year. I don't want the 10-year. And then oil. I filled up pretty cheap the other day. I paid $4.50 for gas, and I was excited. Is that weird? I think that's weird. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, like, at one point I would have tripped. But I was like, wow, $4.50. What a great deal. So, Chatadonia. I hope you guys are ready, man. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you were refreshed and ready for an awesome week. We're going to get a lot of opportunities, but let me remind you, before you chase a dollar, before you try to enrich yourself, before you try to do anything, I hope you could take the time, and in your heart, it goes well beyond words, bro. This is an attitude. It's in your heart. It's in how you behave, and it's a long-term thing. You know that for real. I think this is, and what I'm talking about is an honor and appreciation to those who have made everything possible and made it possible for you to pursue all of the stuff you want. There's a reason why we have such a great country, and it's not politicians. I really think it's the people who actually serve. So veterans, every day, man, before we start, I want to give you all a big shout out. Active service, past service, the families, anybody who has served for real. Thank you for everything you have given. God bless you. And if anybody should be getting a long-term real estate, taking advantage of all this info, it should be you, my friend. So I hope we can help. And all of you who have not served, I hope that you could show this love and appreciation. Help me out. This is important to me. I think the chat has already had an impact and made changes, and we could do a lot more. But all in all, bro, I just like a base level. You are benefiting, and people have contributed. There is an invisible army behind all of this stuff that you enjoy, and I hope that you could kind of appreciate it and show that love. So next time you're out there, man, show that love and appreciation. And once again, veterans, thank you. Even big shout out to your families, and big shout out to anybody else out there giving back to their local communities. Doctors, nurses, teachers, firefighters, police officers, the janitors, the coaches, the garbage men, everybody making their communities run, baby. God bless you and thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, please rise up. I need to get I'm getting the horn ready. No. I already knew it was going to happen. Oh, yeah. Please rise. Place your right hand over your heart. Say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, baby. Suck it, bitches! Oh, it's game time, baby. Horn on! Woo! So, Chattadonia, we gotta go to Gen Pop. That's it. I felt like we had like 30 minutes, and now we only have 3. Look at that. The day's already flying. So, Chattadonia, I will see you on over. God bless you. If I don't, have a great day, and get ready. By tomorrow, we're going to be getting CPI and then earnings. So you actually get more excitement than last week, but you're already prepared for it, baby. Peace.